Gus lived about 3 miles from us at home, but I had never once spoken to him. I used to see him in his car after Mass on Sundays, waiting for his mother, as my mother steered us kids to our car and my father stood in a huddle of men at the side door of the church. I saw him in the village too, at the petrol pump, or coming out of the shop with his messages. One evening in May, my mother drove me up a dry, rutted lane to his house to ask for the lift to the city. "Tell him it'll only be for the summer. It's only a summer job," she said as I got out. "No, I better not," I said. "Come in with me." We walked up the path under trees, between 2 strips of overgrown garden. There was a line of smoke coming out of the chimney. The 2-story house had once been handsome, but the paintwork and masonry were flaking and crumbling, and the wood at the base of the front door was rotten. At the side of the house there was a row of slate-roofed barns. An old bicycle lay under a tree, and a wooden barrel stood at the gable end of the house to catch water from a downpipe. My mother rapped lightly on the door and then stepped well back. Inside, on the windowsill, I could see a pile of ancient-looking paperbacks, their spines faded from the sun. I tilted my head to read the titles. The Big Sky, The Virginian, Hopalong Cassidy, Riders of the Purple Sage. There was a shuffle, and the door scraped open. He wore no shoes, and his grey woolen jumper was stained. A black and white sheepdog sheltered timidly behind his legs. In the dark interior, I saw the white banisters of the stairs. At the sight of us, Gus's eyes grew panicked. He and my mother knew each other, and after they had exchanged greetings, she told him what we wanted. I think that he'd have consented to almost anything just to close the door and be left in peace again. We walked down the path, and the sunlight fell through the trees onto my head. I thought of the lines of a poem I had read in school, "Dapple, dawn-drawn falcon," but I remembered it now as "Dapple, dawn-drawn light," because the light flowing through the branches touched me and enveloped me in a new and strange way, as if I were encountering trees and leaves and light for the very first time. I thought of that poem and all the poems in my book, and felt the pull of all the books that would cross my path if I went to college that autumn. I felt a sudden calm, a sense of promise, and I'd like to have remained there for a little while under those trees. "That's an awful way to live," my mother said when we got into the car. "The people who went before him would be ashamed." She reversed the car and faced it onto the lane. "Do you know we're distant relations?" I turned to her. "How distant?" "Oh, 2nd or 3rd cousins. My mother and his mother were 2nd cousins, I think."